Can you see that submarine? Who cares about that bobcat that was taking too long? There's a submarine in the harbor.
Why you had to say goodbye? I'm alone, and
This hat was very much inspired by my new boots. I think that's pretty easy to tell. Denim, some fake leather. Fake denim, some leather. I very much look forward to remaking this hat the way that I actually want it to turn out, instead of using just the mishmash of materials that I have left over from all the times that I've done automotive upholstery and buying the things that I want to actually make hats out of. That's spelt wrong. Alright, obviously you didn't click on this video to hear about my hat or about my boots. You clicked on it because of the title. And yes, this bike shop that I work at will be closing. It'll be closing sooner than later. I don't exactly know when, but the gears are turning. The plan is starting to get into motion. We just don't have like a firm date of when we're going to close this location. Originally, we were thinking we would close at the end of April. That's when our lease is up at this location, but it's just been incredibly slow, and it's getting to be kind of hard to justify keeping it open. So instead of spending the money on electricity and heating the place and basically operating it, we're thinking we kind of want to pull out a little sooner. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it definitely kind of bums me out a little bit. I've grown to be pretty fond of this location. I like shooting video in here, and I like the bike ride. I really like being in a location where I'm somewhat central to everything, and because I work such strange hours where my morning I can't really do anything, and by the time I get home my evening is basically gone. I'm at a hub where everyone can come visit a little bit, and it worries me a little bit to go further out of the city and not be able to experience that and have to leave earlier in the morning and get home later at night. So I don't necessarily know what this will mean for me and like working in the bike industry, but I do know that it won't be happening in here. Being the only employee here and like kind of trying to do everything, it's hard not to feel a little bit like it's my fault and like I failed the shop, not being able to get enough money in here, get enough people in here to keep us alive. But we talked about it, and it was like, you know, the last 5 years, business has slowed here, and the other store does so much better that it slowly started to make less and less sense to keep this store open and more sense to invest more into the other one. But even with a conversation like that, it's hard to not look at like these videos I've made and things that I've done to move the shop around and try and organize it in a way to not feel like it's like, yeah, it wasn't enough, or I didn't try hard enough, or, and maybe to a degree that's sort of true, but we're a little bit at the mercy of like the strong competition that's in this area, a lot of really good bike shops that a lot of people love going to, you know, the renovations in here that we haven't quite finished, and it has definitely a certain look to it that, and well, I mean, HRM, like the Halifax Regional Municipality, especially the downtown area, has been under so much construction that it just becomes an incredibly hateful, horrendous, terrible place to come into, to drive your car into and try and find parking. A lot of businesses are feeling the crunch. A lot of them have closed. We just happen to be the next ones to kind of have to do the same. Thankfully, there is the other shop. It does really well. So the Ideal Bikes name doesn't go away. It exists. It continues to flourish out in the Bears Lake Industrial Park, the original Halifax store here on Barrington Street. It'll be gone. And as for me, like I said, I'm a little bit on the fence of what I want to do. I mean, I've been trying to do something with this. Kind of considering getting back into to maybe the engineering world. Perhaps you didn't know this, but I do have a mechanical engineering technology diploma, you know, and then I'm sort of interested in maybe pursuing some things in the world of like helping with social media companies. All right, so I know that's a fair bit of information without any real clarity on when this shop will be closed, because as I said, we're not really sure what day that will actually be yet. At the very latest, April. At the earliest, anytime. Now, I can't think of a better time to plug my product that I've been pushing the last few weeks. The mug is now live at the link up here. It's in the link in the description. I'll pin a comment to the top where you can go get it. And for this first weekend, I realized that these things are like, you know, kind of more expensive than I expected them to be. So all of those links are going to also offer 35% off the cost, so that the cost of the mug isn't too much, and it sort of helps with the cost of shipping. If you want to support the channel more and you don't want to get a deal on one of these and you want to pay full price, just wait until Monday and I'll happily allow you to pay full price. But for those of you who are looking for a deal to save a little bit on shipping, hit the link before Monday so you can get a hold of a Spindatt Ride Reasonably Priced Bikes mug for 35% off. Whenever it is that you decide you want to buy it, thank you so much, and I appreciate all of your guys' input and the positive reviews of it. Also, soon I'll have some news on some other stuff, but I won't talk about that any further. The vlog's not done today. It's just very close to done for the day. The rest of my day in the dark is going to be getting a haircut of this head of hair that has been created from a balding head for the last 26 years. I apologize for my excitement, but haircuts I thought were a thing of the past for me. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. So, to finish off with the shop thing, yeah, it's a bummer, and it definitely means change, but nothing's ever gotten better without change, so.
clever enough that you have perpetrated such a dastardly crime.
And I thought you were ready to give up.
You